Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Good morning, and welcome back to another Good Morning Grief Devotion. This your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Sr. So happy and excited to have this wonderful opportunity to come to you today and lead you in a very special way in today's Good Morning Grief Devotion. Come on in the room. This is the daily grief devotion that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural, normal, and necessary response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how you reveal it on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't ignore it, but we explore it. We don't conceal it, but we reveal it. We don't lock it up, but we let it out. And that's why we shout good morning, because mourning is a good thing. So glad that you're here with us on today as we lead you in a very special way in today's Good Morning Grief Devotion. Today, my brothers and sisters, is we have paused for the cause. Y'all gotta get us a minute in order to bring it back together. Oh, this system starts acting up sometimes and it freezes. And that's there we go. All right. I think we're good. I think we're good. I hope we're good. Here we are. All right. Today is day 327. We're going to talk about I'm always on the lookout for things to be grateful for. I'm always on the lookout for things to be grateful for. I am always on the lookout for things to be grateful for. We've talked before how we can heal grief with gratitude, how we can heal grief with gratitude. One of the best things you can do, one of the most powerful things you can do is be on the lookout for things to be grateful for as you navigate through this thing called grief. I've told you the story before, and her name escapes me at the moment, but it was a lady whose son died. I believe it was on like July 4th. She had a young son. I think he drowned, and she got into this real deep depression. And she's navigating through her grief journey. She's navigating through her seasons of mourning, and she started to, I tell you all the time, jolt, Jolt, just one little thing. In her mind, if she could just think of one little thing every single day to be grateful for, even with all of the grief that she was in, all of the mourning, she just wanted to find one little thing that she could be grateful for. And so every single day she started a gratitude journal. She just started writing one little thing that she was grateful for. And this is one of the main things that kind of helped pull her out or help her to navigate through. It was gratitude, right? She would go back and reflect in her journal, and every single day she would find a reason. She would find something to be grateful for, a reason to continue to move forward, to get up. It was all around her, right? All along. But I tell you all the time, if all you see is what you see, you fail to see what you need to see. At first, all she saw was grief and pain and hurt and the devastation from her losing her son. But when she started looking, when she started observing and looking at the other things that were surrounding her, she began to heal her grief with gratitude. And I want to let you know that there is always something, always be on the lookout for something that you can be grateful for. Here it is. Gratitude is a grief balancer. Gratitude is a grief balancer. It helps me find my equilibrium in this painful time. Gratitude can balance out the grief. It can help you find your equilibrium as you navigate through this painful time. I train my awareness on people and things to be grateful for, including my relationship with the person who died. And I express my gratitude too, verbally and maybe in writing. I train my awareness on people and things to be grateful for. Y'all hear that? He says, I train my awareness to be aware on people and things to be grateful for. I did this thing called nighttime notes some years back where I began to train my awareness on everything that was going on around me. And so I would look and I would observe and I would have conversation and I would have thoughts that would run through my head They wouldn't always run out my mouth. I would just have thoughts about different things. And I started to say, I'm going to see if I can record 10 of these thoughts every single day. And I'm going to post them at night as and call it nighttime notes. And it was just bits of wisdom that I would glean from, like I said, observations, something I would see, something I would hear, a conversation I would have, and something would come up. And it's just short little, like small steps lead to great distances, right? I could be talking to somebody, they would be saying, "Yeah, man, I opened up the business, and when I started it, I just took a small step, man, and it was just me and one person, but now look, we've grown. Now we got 3 locations, and I've come a long way." And so, running through my mind, what I heard was small steps lead to great distances. So I would write that. I said, "Yep, well, that's a quote for the day." And as I would go throughout the day, I would just train my awareness to be attentive to conversations, to situations, to people, to things that were taking place. And y'all, and I'm actually gonna turn it into a book of quotes, because it was, man, it had to be over 3,000. I would do 10 a day for a whole year. So it had to be, man, it's well over 3,000, close to 4,000. Sometimes I would do more quotes, all because I trained my awareness, right? This is the thing. You can do the same thing as it relates to grief. When you begin to train your awareness. Now, remember, if all you see is what you see, you fail to see what you need to see, right? That was one of them that came out. Uh, but when if all you see is your hurt, your pain, the devastation, this, that, and the other, you won't be able to see other things. And it's not denying that that stuff is there, but it's letting you know that if you train your awareness to the people and the things around you, even the person that died, right? You train your awareness, you begin to express gratitude verbally and maybe even in writing. You can express your gratitude for that which you observe, for that which you are aware, for that which is still there, right? And you do this because gratitude is the equilibrium of grief, right? It's the gratitude. I'm going through grief, but gratitude is the equilibrium. It balances it out, right? For those things that we can be grateful for. Let's go deeper. When I fill my life with gratitude, I invoke a fulfilling prophecy. It's supposed to be fulfilling, self fulfilling prophecy. What I pay attention to will be magnified and repeated. What I pay attention to will be magnified and repeated. I reflect on moments of love and joy each day. I honor them with gratitude. When I'm grateful, I train my brain to look for the good in life, and I prepare the way for inner peace. When I fill my life with gratitude, I invoke a self fulfilling prophecy that what I pay attention to will be magnified and repeated. What I pay attention to, it will be magnified and repeated. I reflect on moments of love and joy each and every day. I honor them with gratitude. When I'm grateful, I train my brain to look for the good in life, and I prepare the way for inner peace. It is so very important. Train your, what did it say? Train your brain. Train my awareness on people and things in which I'm grateful for. Train your awareness on people and things that you are grateful for. This is one of the best, most profitable, most instrumental things you can do as you navigate through your grief. I told you when my pops died, it was 2011, and we're coming up on that time, and December 3rd, and that year, I was interim pastor at another church that was close to his house, and so because it was in close proximity to his house, I was interim pastor for the entire year. Because it was in close proximity to his house, he would come to church on, most Sundays. Um, he would, if he would come to Bible study on Wednesdays, but if he didn't come to Bible study, I would stop by his house most Wednesdays. We would go to church, get something to eat quite often. If I had to do some counseling or whatever, one of the other days of the week, Tuesday or Thursday, I stopped by his house, right? because he was close proximity is right there. I'm on this side of town. Might as well stop by. And so that was the rhythm, right? That was the a rhythm for 2011. Little did I know that he was going to pass away on December 3rd, 2011, right? So looking back, when you begin to, this is what I mean, when you begin to train your awareness on the people and things around you, including the relationship with the person who died, you can express gratitude. So looking back, one of my big takeaways was the gift that God gave me. Yeah, I mean, it hurt and I cried. He died. Man, my pops died. Like, yeah, that was devastating. But one of the things that I really extracted from it was the gift that God gave me and being able to spend that extra time that year. Because God knew I didn't, right? So God arranged the situation, to where, we can accept. I had never preached a Father's Day sermon that year because I was never a pastor at that time. That was my first Father's Day sermon, right? And who was there, right? My father. I got to preach a Father's Day sermon with my father in the house, right? And so I look back as I train my mind and awareness, and I become grateful for those minutes, those moments, those opportunities. I express my gratitude, right, for the gift that God gave me in accelerating that opportunity. I started pastoring in 2015. Now, I mean, I was a youth pastor and I was an interim pastor, a fill-in pastor, but I wasn't a senior pastor. But God gave me the opportunity to allow my father to see me pastor in some type of capacity, right? And so it's gratitude. It's gratitude. Train your awareness, right? Now remember, if all you see is what you see, then you'll fail to see what you need to see. If all you see is pain, you'll never see, right, the promise. So you'll never see the good things. If all you see is hurt, then you won't see nothing else. But when you train your awareness, you start to see stuff. When you train your awareness, you see differently. When you train your awareness, things become different. You see stuff differently, right? And you develop this gratitude. And whether you express it verbally, whether you joked, right? Just one little thing, whether you start posting daily, hashtag joked, right? Just what are you grateful for today? Tomorrow, what are you grateful for tomorrow? Whether you start observing and posting just the small things you're grateful for, whether you keep a gratitude journal and you write it in your journal, whether you do a video diary or you just go live and you do a video on what you're grateful for, and it doesn't matter, but you express outwardly what you feel inwardly. You can do that through a journal, through a post, through a video. You can do it, right? And so it's just important that you do it, right? Train your awareness. Train your awareness for the people and things around you, even for the person who died. And as you navigate through that, you'll find that gratitude is an equilibrium. It's a balancer for the grief that you're going through. Today, my brothers and sisters, is day 327. I'm always on the lookout for things to be grateful for. Always be on the lookout for things to be grateful for. Always be on the lookout for things to be grateful for. Hey, I want to tell y'all this. If y'all on the other devotion, y'all have seen this, but I want to let y'all know tomorrow. Tomorrow we are having what is known as the Recovery Gathering. Now, this is a safe place where those who suffer from addiction, mental illness, and trauma in need of rehabilitation can gather to celebrate recovery through songs of worship. And I know you might be saying, well, I'm not, there's no addiction, there's no mental illness, it might be trauma, but I don't need rehabilitation. But even you as an individual who has gone through grief, and you'll hear more about this Sunday too, this may be a wonderful opportunity for you as well. Understand is Thanksgiving is next week. So this is the time where, we start to feel a lot of different things, and a lot of things are happening. A lot of things are going on and taking place. This may be a wonderful opportunity for you to just come out and fellowship, right? for you to come out and fellowship. We should have added grief to this list, right? So I know it's addiction and it's recovery and all this stuff, but even if you're dealing with grief, it's going to be a time of encouragement, a time of upliftment, and something that you don't want to miss. So I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to come out. It's from 3 to 5. So it's from 3 to 5. It ain't all day. It's from 3 to 5, but it's going to be powerful. It's going to be absolutely powerful, and something that will benefit you tremendously. So I want to encourage you, come on out tomorrow from 3 to 5, the recovery gathering, as you navigate through this season of grief, and it will be a blessing to each and every one of you. Amen. All right. I love y'all with the love of the Lord. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place at 8 a.m. Hopefully and prayerfully you can come out to the recovery gathering at 3 o'clock. I love y'all with the love of the Lord. I'll see y'all soon. Let's go.